Donald Trump is determined to end the war in Ukraine, and he will do it with or without the support of Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky.
So your conversations with President Putin, what do you think he wants ultimately in Ukraine?
I think he wants to stop fighting. I see that. We spoke long and hard. Steve Witkoff was with him for a very extended period, like about 3 hours. I think he wants to stop fighting. They have a big, powerful machine. You understand that. And they defeated Hitler and they defeated Napoleon. You know, they've been fighting a long time. They've done it before. And but I think he'd like to. I think he would like to stop fighting.
Do you think he wants the whole of Ukraine, or just like what do you think he wants?
No, I think he wants to stop. That was my question to him, because if he's going to go on, that would have been a big problem for us, and that would have caused me a big problem because you just can't let that happen. I think he wants to end it, and they want to end it fast. Both of them, and Zelensky wants to end it too.
But Trump's close relationship with Putin and Russia isn't going down well with Zelensky, who took a stand against Trump's involvement in peace talks during an interview on US television.
Thing that President Trump said this week. He did not say yes when he was asked if he sees Ukraine as an equal member in the peace process. He did say later that Ukraine would have a seat at the table. Have you been given any assurances that Ukraine will have an equal seat at the negotiating table?
So I will never accept any decisions between the United States and Russia about Ukraine. Never. And our people, never. And our adults and children and everybody. It can't be so. This is the war in Ukraine against us, and it's our human losses. And we are thankful for all the support, unity between USA, in USA, around Ukraine support, bipartisan unity, bipartisan support. We're thankful for all of this, but there is no any leader in the world who can really make a deal with Putin without us, about us.
Zelensky doubled down on this in Munich, where he said he wasn't happy with the situation.
How did that sit with you?
No, I said that.
But first with Putin and then with you.
Oh, I'm not happy. Yes, but I think that more dangerous if first meeting will be with Putin and then with Ukraine. And there are things I shared with the President Trump, that first of all, we have to see common view. And I said also that at the table, we need Europe also. It's very important for us. We are Europe, we in Europe, and we see our future only in EU, like a member.
He also confirmed that he's received no invitation to discuss the issue with strategic partners.
First, that maybe there is something at the table, but not on our table. So I didn't see any invitations, envoys, and etc. from Ukraine to meet with some other envoys. But anyway, envoy, this is that national. I mean, this is security advisor, and so we don't have any papers, any invitations, and it's something strange for me to speak in this case, in this format, if before we don't have any negotiation between us and our strategic partners. As I remember, Russia is not our strategic partner. And about...
He also undermined Putin by saying the feared Russian leader is scared of Trump.
As was reported, President Trump, that Putin is only doing this and agreeing to talks because he's afraid of Trump. Did you tell him that?
Yes. I told Trump that Putin afraid of him. Yes, and he heard me. And now Putin knows.
But despite the cracks starting to appear between the US and Ukraine, Trump has confirmed aid will continue, but it will be secured against resources.
So we're getting security on our money. We're going to have it secured by, they have rare earth, and they have oil and gas, and they have a lot of other things, and we're asking for security on our money.
So does it mean you are not sending any
They've agreed to it. Ukraine has agreed to it.
Does it you are not sending any more aid to Ukraine?
No, we are, but we want it secured, and the money is going to be secured.
When will the U.S. stop sending funding? When will the U.S. stop sending funding?
Because if we didn't do that, then Putin would say he won. We're the thing that's holding it back. And frankly, we'll go as long as we have to go, because we're not going to let the other happen.
And following their fruitful conversation, Russian leader Vladimir Putin is confident Trump will restore peace in the region.
Трамп с его характером, с его настойчивостью, он наведет там порядок довольно быстро. И все они, вот увидите, это произойдет быстро, скоро. Все они станут у ноги хозяина и будут нежно помахивать хвостиком. Все это встанет на свои места.
Trump's conversation with Putin comes after Vice President J.D. Vance made an historical speech warning about the future of Europe at the Munich Security Conference.
No voter on this continent went to the ballot box to open the floodgates to millions of unvetted immigrants. But you know what they did vote for? In England, they voted for Brexit, and agree or disagree, they voted for it.
This led to a bizarre reaction from some European leaders who couldn't handle being called out.
After the speech of Vice President Vance on Friday, we have to fear that our common value base is not that common anymore. I'm very grateful to all those European politicians that spoke out and reaffirmed the values and principles that they are defending. No one did this better than President Zelensky. Let me conclude, and this becomes difficult.
In addition to brokering peace between Russia and Ukraine, Trump has his sights set on denuclearizing other big players like China.
Conversation about global defense spending, China,
I'd
Russia.
like to have that as soon as things settle down. I'm going to have that conference primarily with China and Russia, because those are the two that really are out there. And we're going to have them spend a lot less money, and we're going to spend a lot less money. And I know they're going to do it. They agreed to it. We were talking about denuclearizing, and President Putin and I agreed that we were going to do it in a very big way. There's no reason for us to be building brand new nuclear weapons. We already have so many. You could destroy the world 50 times over, 100 times over. And here we are building new nuclear weapons, and they're building nuclear weapons, and China's building new nuclear weapons, and China's trying to catch up because, you know, they're very substantially behind, but within 5 or 6 years, they'll be even. And we're all spending a lot of money that we could be spending on other things that are actually, hopefully, much more productive. Hopefully, there'll never be a time when we need those weapons. If there's ever a time when we need nuclear weapons, like the kind of weapons that we're building and that Russia has and that China has to a lesser extent, but will have, that's going to be a very sad day. That's going to be probably oblivion.